Hey guys, this is Manny for real, and this is going to be lab session number 7. Today we're going to be covering Dthrow Haymaker, and more specifically, a very early Gimp you could do on a few characters. We're going to show it off on King K. Rool, but there's a lot more characters that you could do this on that I'll talk about later. But anyways, if you've seen my recent Twitter post, or if you've seen my most popular video on my main channel, you know that on DIL, Dthrow Haymaker can be true. Now, there's certain golden percents on characters where down throw Haymaker on DI away, and also on no DI potentially, and on DI in on a few characters will catch something like their jump, and will also catch their air dodge. So we'll show it with King K. Rool right here, where I catch his jump and his air dodge. Now, King K. Rool is very susceptible to this, just due to his frame 4 air dodge and his big hurt box, which makes catching his jump very easy. Although there is a few other characters that don't necessarily fit the mold of big hurt box and bad air dodge that are still caught by this very easily. But what's the weakness of this? At other percents, this is just becomes a 50-50, where I could catch K. Rool's jump, but I cannot catch his air dodge. Now, there's some other specifics to this exact thing that I'm discovering. As you see there, he's forced to tech, and depending if he accidentally holds a direction, he will get a tech roll, leaving him not as plus. But if he techs, he could punish us, and at certain percents, you won't tech in place, you'll just land and get even more frame advantage. But that's a weakness. But I found a way to turn that into a benefit in these 50-50 scenarios. If we catch him by the ledge, if he jumps, right, we get the 50-50. And he's sent in this really awkward spot where he's kind of forced to up B in a bad way, where we could potentially punish with like an F smash, a side B, or just counter him easily, right? So he's going to be incentivized to air dodge. Now, this will be a really good option because if he air dodges or directional air dodges even, right? Especially if he directional air dodges, he'd get the reversal. Now, something that's kind of cool is if he directional air dodges, we're actually not put in too bad of a spot. Now, every character's air dodge for him is different, so some of them could really punish Mac, like right here. K-Rool could probably back air, yeah, and then just up B. But a few other characters have potentially really bad air dodges, and they can't really punish us. But it gets better. Since we know that he's forced to air dodge, we could do a short hop. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And then react to what air dodge he's doing. If he's doing neutral air dodge, he won't grab the ledge. And he will actually fall for a good distance. Now, if he does a directional air dodge, we'll react to that too by doing a short hop right here. And then and then we'll just like fast fall and get a whatever punish we want, right? Now he could still jump in this situation even if he's incentivized not to, and we could kind of react with the up B or maybe even potentially a wave maker or a haymaker, normal haymaker. It just depends. But more than likely he's gonna want to air dodge. Now here's the really cool part. Specifically, if he decides to do a neutral air dodge and we bait it out with this short hop, what we could do is follow him off stage. This potentially leads us to get really good gimps. Now, I'm not too sure of the specifics yet, kinda. I understand how I'm gonna gimp K. Rool, but I'm not too good at practice at the specific spacing and everything. But the idea is this. We could gimp him in two ways, and multiple ways actually. So the first way to gimp a K. Rool, or any character that could fall for this, or end up a victim to this gimp, is to do something called Nair drag downs, or Nair drags. Fido1 has a great video on this, so I would link that in the description so you can check it out and see how it works on characters. It doesn't work the same on every character, but the idea is if he decides to double jump, we could potentially drag him down. I hit him with 3 nairs there. Depending on your spacing, it might be more. Depending on the character, it might be more. And you could drag him to the blast zone. or just force them to kind of SD. And the beauty of this is, right there we caught his double jump, but if he upbeat it wouldn't work. But the beauty of this is that we could fast fall and just catch him earlier, like once his iframes are up. So we're gonna try to see, we see his iframes are up, and then we just do the Nair drags and drag him down. Now the other Gimp with an aerial is Dare. So depending on the character again, this all depends on the character's recovery, whether it will Gimp them, but it will pretty much universally always put them in a bad spot. So I'm Nairing here to avoid grabbing the ledge, and then I could either fast fall or wait him out a bit, maybe to try to waste his double jump, and then I'll hit him with a dare. I missed there, but you get the idea. It just puts him in a bit of a weird spot. Now the really cool idea that I'm not good at for some reason, but it could potentially be very strong, is to footstool. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. He air dodges. Now, I'm not too sure why, but you're gonna see. So you have to follow him for this. When K-Roll double jumps, right? You'd think I'd be able to footstool him here, but I just double jump too. So now I'm spamming jump and just trying to get the footstool right there. And then he gets footstooled and is forced to be put in a bad spot. And now he has to do this really predictable up B. Some characters just die, like Bowser might just die from this. But a character like King K. Rool won't die, but you could get this very easy counter, and now he's off here where he has to recover in very awkward angles that you could just counter or side B. And that's how you could Gimp them at really low percents. And this works at super low percents because you could catch his jump. It's better the higher percent he is because you have more frame advantage. There's specifics that might stop this with certain characters. Like for K-Rool, he could sometimes counter. Let's see if he could counter here. So he could counter there. So for K-Rool specifically, you'd want to find the percent where he can't counter, but you can still air dodge and try to Gimp him like that. And for other characters, it just depends, right? Like Sora, his counter isn't fast, so you don't have to worry about that. But there might be some weird hurt box shifting. But that's the idea. The only issue I'm having with the footstool is I want to get the footstool down this low to just guarantee a kill. Because I'm pretty sure if I get it around this low, he might be sent to the blast zone, depending on the character. If I footstool him there, he might be sent to the blast zone. But for some reason, as you saw it, I couldn't footstool them. And I'm not sure why. If you have an answer, please let me know. I have an idea, but I'm not 100% sure. So there's that. Now, again, you could do the Nair drags, you could dare. You could even counter if you believe they're going to use their uppy or if they're forced to like double jump uppy really quickly. You could just use your counter to catch their uppy and then put them in a really bad spot. Alright, I'm going to show the Phantom Footstool on Sora. This is another character this Gimp could work on. So, we're going to jump. He's going to air dodge. Now, Sora actually has like 55 frames before he can do anything, so he actually gets sent really low. And the idea is if I could footstool him, it would be super cool, but again, I showed you, for some reason, it's not really good. I don't know why. But anyways, so I'm going to up B Sora. And then, like, let's say I went for my footstool. Let's see if I get the Phantom Footstool. There we go. I got the Phantom Footstool. And then I get to recover on stage. Now, something I found cool was, like, you could kind of... I've had it happen where I Phantom Footstooled and was able to, like, wall jump off. Well, actually, that's just a wall jump. But yeah, you could, like, Phantom Footstool and wall jump. That could be really good on, like, wall stages. Just so you for sure recover back. And on wall stages, you also get a wall jump. So even if you miss, like, let's say you actually accidentally went a little too low and just double jump, you get the wall as security to jump forward. It also allows them not to drift in. Because on this stage, after the air dodge, they could, like, drift in low right here, and then you can't do much. But on a wall stage, they're just forced to fall straight down. Or drift out. But that's an idea. Another idea is if they uppy, you counter. So this will be on a character like Bowser or something. So we'll just show that off real quick. Sora doesn't have to counter. I mean, have to uppy, but we'll just show it just for demonstration purposes. So here it dodges. I'm like, okay, here it goes. And now I'm just gonna fall off. He's gonna uppy. And I'm just counter. So he uppy. I counter. And now, depending on the character, they might be sent in a real awkward position. Sora still has his double jump, so and he has crazy recovery, so he can still make it back. Even right here, I could easily fall out and just counter, and then repeat the process. Because now he like might up be higher and counter, and up being higher with Sora isn't too great because you get less mix up on your side B. But it depends on character. You just have to know the matchup and you have to practice it. But there's the idea. That's potentially how to gimp with down throw Haymaker. But yeah, that's the idea. Down throw Haymaker, really early gimp, really good position in that situation. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you learned something new. And again, if you do know why I'm not able to footstool that double jump, please let me know, because I want to be able to footstool them that low so I could get a really early stock.